अब live. We are live on many platforms: X, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch. So wherever you want to watch us. If you don't want to watch us, no, that's okay too. We still respect you. So Pratyush, what are we
Yes.
doing today?
The first thing is I'm sharing what we are doing right now by going on Twitter and saying, "Hey, you wanna watch me? Just go and watch me. What I'm gonna do today." But
Nice, nice. Let's
we are going to set up everything. We are going to set up a perfect system for vibe coding. You can also use the system, if you want in place of cursor or windsurf. But hey, what we are going to do is that we are going to set up RooCode and client, and then we are going to go through step-by-step procedure on how to configure it, which will allow you to see how you can configure these extensions, and you can use them as per your will, because you can set up your own prompts and everything. So we'll go through all the steps, and that is something I think is going to be very helpful for people.
agree, agree. And I will do the same. I'm going on my YouTube channel to see if everything is working fine there. So yes, it is. I think AI Talk live. Yep. Okay. Copy and then अपने भाई लोगों को बता देना हमने स्टार्ट कर दिया.
Yeah, we got it.
We just started. Okay. There is some kind of sound like zzz.
Some kind of sound from my side. I could do echo cancellation.
Try करके देख एक बार.
This can be changed while recording. Okay.
Yeah, gone. No,
So
not
that
gone.
that is so that is me, I guess. Is it better now?
It's zero right now.
Uh-huh.
But say something.
Bharat Mata ki jai.
Yeah, it's actually good.
So that would be my AC, I guess.
Oh my god, what you will do without AC?
It's cool enough that
Okay,
I can do anything, so it's not a
you
problem,
sure?
I
Okay,
guess.
you're
Yeah,
vibing
it's
without
fine.
AC then.
Yes, the true vibe coder is the one who's logged in. So what I want to do today is not vibe code, but logged in coding.
So one last thing. Okay, all right. So welcome. If everybody is here, anybody is here. I see one person on YouTube. Could be me because I opened it. Um, I learned a lot from you from Pratyush over last 6 months. So I started my vibe coding journeys last October, about 10 months ago, and I started with Bolt V0. Then I then I tried Lovable, which was a step up to what V0 and Bolt offer. And then about the same time, I also started trying Cursor. And Cursor, I really loved it because in V0, Lovable, and Bolt, you are inside a browser window, which is great because you don't have to worry about npm start or running the application or any kind of local installation. But it never gave me the comfort of running an application or building an application or any kind of the classical feel that I used to have. So when I tried Cursor, it was amazing. Now I can see the Visual Studio type environment. and I feel like more control. But then I moved into Visual Studio with Copilot, and just 3 months ago, it was not so powerful. It was really um, very kind of limited what Copilot was able to do. But now it is one of the most powerful tool in AI coding. Again, the way I use it. And then this was also the time when Pratyush started showing me different MCPs, which include, well, we will talk about all of that. So he started introducing me to all those things that Visual Studio Code can do, and that does not require any of the existing AI coding. So what we will do in the initial half of the session is we will take you to the journey which I have already gone through, but we will do it again so that you can catch up, and then we will jump into more new and trending topics. So, Pratyush, with that background, where should we start? Let's dive in. Oh, do you want to add anything to what I said?
No, I guess you pretty much summed it up. And I guess what we are gonna do is going to start from the ground up. So we are gonna look through the docs. We are just gonna go crazy. We are gonna use AI tools to set up vibe coding and stuff. And we are also gonna, we are gonna make use of AI as much as we can to show how we can leverage AI in today's world, even for setting up things or searching for information or doing anything for that matter.
Okay. All right, so should I go ahead and share my screen and tell me which can I
Yes.
share? I can share the entire screen, but that will be too big because I have the wide screen monitor. So I think I will have to share one screen at a time. I can either share my Visual Studio or I can share my Chrome.
फ्लेक्स करने का तरीका थोड़ा कैजुअल है.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so what should you were saying we should start with the doc?
Yeah, let's go through the docs and set up rule code so that people can see what we are doing with with rule code. There are
I
lots
think
of things that you
I
want to know.
think I can. Okay, so I'm sharing my Visual Studio screen.
I can see your screen. Yeah, I can see Visual Studio Code right there.
Okay, but um, I think I can open a web browser in this window. Is that right? Inside Visual Studio, I think I can open a web browser.
Inside Visual Studio Code, I guess not.
Okay, hold. I will still try. Opening a directly can be
सर आपको टैग करना था मेरे नाम से.
what?
टैग करना था ट्विटर पे नाम से तो एंगेजमेंट आती.
Oh, I can do it again. Repost quote. Okay, I just did. Okay, that's okay. So, um, we want to show my screen, browser screen. Okay. Um, there's two ways we can do this. There's another way we can do this. I will go ahead and now I will share my screen. I will share my browser screen first.
Why don't we do this? Like, if you can open browser and VS Code side by side on your widescreen monitor, I think that would be very good.
Okay, let me show what I have. And okay, so if I share all my screen, then it will look like this. Wait, on the live, um, again,
Yeah, that's too small.
exactly, that's the problem. But, but I can eliminate this one and then I can make these screens bigger. Let's try this. What do you think?
I still think it's too small. But what we could do is that we could switch between screens, right? You could
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
first,
yeah.
yeah,
So,
that's the only option right now.
okay, share something else. So we will start with this screen. Okay, so now we can talk about RooCode. You want me to go to RooCode documentation?
Yes. So the website is docs.rucode.com.
Okay, docs.roocode.com. By the way,
Right.
this could be one of the anti-climax for many people that these guys are talking about vibe coding and then they're reading documentations. Too bad. But this is how we work. Okay, I'm here. Install RooCode.
Yep.
So, can you first tell what is RooCode?
So RooCode is actually like, if you talk about it historically, it's that there is something called Claude Dev. So Claude Dev was actually something that was what you know as client right now, right? So if you like go to client, you will see client is an extension that allows you to do the same thing as what you do on Cursor or Windsurf, which is by giving you a way to use your AI models to do, coding and stuff and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically an open source version of Cursor and Windsurf, right? And it works natively with any VS Code derivative browser. So any browser that supports VS Code and extensions can use client. So you can also install client in your Cursor or Windsurf or that browser if they are using that same VS Code architecture, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is, right? So RooCode is basically a fork of client, but with more, granular controls, with more power to the user, where you can define your own modes. So like you have write mode, chat mode, ask mode, agent mode, right? All these modes that are there across different like products. What essentially client would do is that client has plan mode and act mode, and it does not really allow you to use any other system prompts that you want, right? So that you
Is
can
this the
configure
right
it the way.
website? Is this the right website or no?
No, that's augment code. That's augment code. You are looking for Klein. Klein is on top.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no. I found Klein, but for RooCode, I was trying to find their website.
RooCode has their website. RooCode has, yeah, exactly. You can just click on RooCode and you will go there too.
Okay,
Yeah.
found it.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, right? Klein, what Klein is basically, is just an open source version of Cursor, and client would allow you to have like write mode and plan mode. You can use your
Mm-hmm.
API keys to set up different models. You can have, you can set the models according to your needs. You can add MCP servers, and you have a marketplace as well where you can add your specific MCP servers. You can set rules which the AI must follow. Kind of like, you have cursor rules, you have client rules. You can also set up workflows right now, which allows you to automate some part of your task, right?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, that's essentially what client allows you to do. And also, it supports like browser within the extension. So, the models that are capable of computer use can also use the browser within the extension, and they can search for stuff and everything. Um, that's pretty much it. That's what Klein is. Now, what RooCode does is that it allows you much more granular control over all these things. So, like I said, you have only write mode and plan mode in Klein. What you
Mm-hmm.
have in RooCode is you have these modes that you can set for maybe architecting, for debug, for coding, for orchestrator. So what orchestrator mode allows you to do, this is like a very good feature of RooCode, is that it allows you to have a model act as an orchestrator, which allows you to like divide your task into different phases, and it kind of like creates subtasks which then can be done using as an architect mode, in coding mode, in debug mode, or any other mode for that matter. So it's kind of like automating your whole development workflow. and
Exactly.
uh, and RooCode also like does something else. So what RooCode essentially also does is that not only do you have the option to like set up your models the way you want with like advanced settings and stuff like the temperature and the rate limiting and everything,
What
but there
those
is
are for
also
the
this.
API that you are using, so setting the rate limit and the temperature.
Yeah. You can control the way you want to use your model. And then there is this thing called context condensation. So it also allows you to like, go beyond that and uh, use different, like you can set the context length. Basically, what that means is that you can set up to what percentage of your context should be kept, and after what percentage, when the threshold is reached, how much context has to be compressed so that your model does not run out of space, and like there are no errors. Then you
Mm-hmm.
can read, you can have concurrent file reads. There are some experimental modes as well. Like there is an experimental feature to allow multiple file reads, background editing, and the good thing about like RooCode is that, since I said that you have all these modes, right? You can have architect mode, code mode, debug
Mm-hmm.
mode, and orchestrator and anything. You can create your own modes also if you want to. So you can
And
set
we
up
will
your
see
own
all
system
these
prompt.
modes when we will
Yeah,
install and when we will demo. We will show those modes. I remember the architect mode, which is what I used to create the database schema.
exactly. So with that being said, that's what I wanted to like say, that you will have all these modes, and you will be able to like customize them if you want to. And you can like
Mhm.
yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with RooCode. So it's basically an extension of Klein.
Okay. So we started with client. We talk about what it is, and then we spoke about RooCode, what it is, and it is basically it started as a fork of client, and then become larger. And the next thing that you want me to go to docs, I guess.
Yeah, let's go through the like configuration and everything. Let's just install it and see what's going on.
Before we go, what is this? We um,
That's also another extension. Like all these extensions that are there, there's Augment Code, there's RooCode, there is Client, there is GitHub Copilot Chat, there is Kilo Code as well. So like you have
yeah.
all these different kind of extensions. You have AMP Code. All these like come with their own set of like features, like how they index their code, or how they have their system prompt set, and what kind of things they offer, right? So
Okay.
there's like no limit to the number of like tools that you have. You can like, even if you want, like I would suggest you go to openrouter.com. I'll show you something very, very
Open
interesting.
Doctor.
OpenRouter.ai.
Oh, open router.
OpenRouter,
Okay, okay.
yeah, OpenRouter.ai.
Yeah, this is another thing that Pratyush has shown me, and then I use this often now. I'm here.
Yeah. So if you go to models, right? If you like go to models,
If I go to models, okay.
yeah. So you can see all these list of models, right? And now if you like go to, let's say you go to the Quen 3 model. Quen 3 is like being used a lot. So if you like go to Quen 3,
Okay.
and if you go to apps, if you go to apps,
Where here?
yeah, yeah. If you go to apps now, you can see like these are the different extensions and apps that are using all these models. So Open Router is basically a router that allows you to use your AI models from different providers, but it does not restrict to you one provider. It is something that can help you use,
Hmm.
especially like models that are hosted, open source, open weights models and open source models. Both are different things. Open source models and open weights models are both different things. But all these models are hosted somewhere. And so what it would allow you to do is that if you have such models, or if you have models that have a different provider, let's say you have Vertex AI from where you want to use Anthropic via its model garden. So Open Router is basically going to act as a router, and it would switch between these providers automatically in the backend. You can
Hmm.
customize that also if you want. And what essentially it would do is that it would never give you a downtime. It would just like, the latency and throughput might be affected, but there would be no downtime because it is always going to switch between these, providers. And you can see the list of providers as well for this. So if you like see, there's not only like, there is a RooCode, KiloCode, Klein. You have either is like not an extension, but it's more of a terminal based system where you can use your terminal to do all the code editing and
Hmm.
stuff. You have there is like Trey from ByteDance. There is a Kiro from Amazon. So you can see.
Yeah,
Uh,
and one of the things that I will say that in this list, I think they're trying to show that RooCode is the most popular and it has used these many token, or the users that are using RooCode have sent or used these many tokens. Is that right?
yes. Yes. So that is like the number of tokens that have been processed, and Open Router like lists all these things.
Hmm.
So if you like look at this, 97.5 million tokens have been processed by RooCode specifically.
Yeah.
Um,
So, and then
yeah.
one other thing that I will say that what Open Router is in a basic term, that when you're writing your code, you can add OpenAI API directly or Anthropic API directly. And for that, what you will have to do is to go to OpenAI and then create an account and create a key and then use that key in your code. Similarly, if you're using Anthropic Claude, then you will do the same and then use that key. But and then sorry, I'm mixing up things. But this is Open AI and then Anthropic. If you do Open Router, then you can create that one account, get the key from Open Router, and then here you you can just change whether you want to point it to OpenAI or Anthropic or someone else, right? There are so many models here, and your program will talk to Open Router. Your all the coding will be done using Open Router API, and then here you can direct it to different models. So that's the benefit Open Router brought brings to you.
Yeah. That is actually a very good point. So yeah, you can go to Open Router in your account. You can buy credits if you want to like use the models if you want, right? If you want to, there are a lot of free models that you can use, and you pay no cost for it. It's just that you the based on the like credits that you have in your Open Router account would decide the rate limit for all these free models, right?
Hmm.
But uh, what essentially, Vinod sir, that you said is also correct. Is that you can, you want to set up OpenAI or Anthropic, you need to like go through different, setups. You need to set up using an OpenAI key, and for the Anthropic, you need to do that. But with OpenRouter, it is OpenAI compatible as well. So with Open Router, all you need to do is just have one key, set it up, and you can change the model, and you would not incur any charge. It would be using your OpenAI key and Anthropic key in the backend, but you do not need to switch back and forth. So you can use just one key for all your models, any model that you have. And I would also like to show something. If you like, sir, go to any of the models that are there,
Okay.
right?
Yes, let
Uh,
me.
I think we can go to, let's go to Quen 3 actually. Quen 3,
Yeah.
Quen 3, yes, you can type Quen 3 coder. I'd say Quen 3 coder, but yeah,
Okay. I can
because,
just search for coin.
sorry, yeah, that's the one. So if you
And
see
this is
like this
free.
is one, yeah, this is the free one. So you can go and see as well that the provider is Shoots, right?
Okay.
And it is like 8-bit quantized, right? It so Open Router exactly tells you what would be the context window, how much would be the cost and everything, the chart of throughput and latency, right? So it's really good. Like the latency is a lot, obviously 7 seconds, but hey, you get it for free and you get like 35 tokens per second, and the uptime is also good. Your like context window is 262, which is I consider a very good amount given how expensive Quen 3 Coder is, right? So
Mhm.
sir, if you like go to like shoots and like move through all the icons below it, like if you
Here.
can, yeah. So this also tells you where the models are hosted, right? The quantization that happens. So FP8 is the quantization. Right. So, that's what it is. And if you go to the first one, the I, so yeah, so this is like the label. And then if you go like on the left from FPA to the left,
On the left.
the next icon, the red one,
Oh, this
the
one.
red one. Yeah. So this is something that is also shown on Open Router, which I think is a very fabulous thing for all the data privacy guys, is that it will tell you that if the model is free or if the model is like paid, what would happen in that case. And in that case, it is going to tell you that this model might, like this particular endpoint might be used to train on your data that you send it, right? And so you can see that as well. And now if you like go to the right of that icon, yeah, the one right on the right to the red, yeah. So yeah, it supports streaming or not, that is also one thing. And then on the right to that, yes, supports custom API keys for this provider. So you can like set up your own key as well. If you have one key from Alibaba or like Cerebrus or anything, you can also use
Mhm.
that too to like do that. And if you like click on standard, like you are on free, right?
Mhm.
If you like click on the standard one, right? So you can like see now how many providers are there with each of their latency, cost, and everything, right? And like Open Router is the place where all the models are launched.
Yeah.
So Horizon Alpha, which is purported to be launched by OpenAI.
And then you can sort it by price, which mean all these models are free.
Yep.
And honestly, you can make some decent application using these free models. That more like hobby
Yeah.
application or even more sophisticated application, I think.
Right. So what we are going to do today is that we are not going to use any of our money. We are going to do vibe coding, but for free because we are going to use Quen 3 Coder for free. We are going to use RooCode, which is free. We are going to use Client, which is also free. So we are going to
Mhm.
use everything for free, and we are going to code something, and we will show you that you can do anything you want, even if like if even if you like you don't pay any money, right? And that's the charm right here.
And whoever is watching this live stream, if you have an idea that you want us to work on and code, let us know in the comment, and then we can pick up that idea as well.
Yep.
So do you want me to go to RooCode and its documentation?
Definitely, yeah. So we are gonna start with RooCode. Why not Client? Why not Kilocode? It's because RooCode, like I said, is much more advanced and like you can set up stuff, and you will see in a second what I mean by that.
Okay.
So let's go and do a quick start, right?
Okay. So quick start, then go to install RooCode.
Yeah. So you just like download the extension and that's it.
Okay. So what I will do, we can read a couple of steps. Again, the only reason we are showing you this documentation, be, so that your context are set. Otherwise, Pratyush knows everything. He when I was doing it last time, he didn't have to look at this documentation, and he walked me through, and that's what he's gonna do again today. But we wanted to show the documentation so you have some context, what we are doing, where this is coming from, and then you can follow just like how we are doing that. So the first step is to install. The second step will be connecting the provider, and then we go from there. And then these are the steps for that. I will have to switch my screen from browser to my Visual Studio Code. So that's why I wanted to show these steps first. And then after that, let me switch. All right. So now I'm sharing my Visual Studio. Resize it a bit. Okay. All right. So this is my Visual Studio. I did not have any project open yet. It's my home screen. And from there, um, where do you want me to go?
So you have RooCode set up, I believe, right?
I did. I did.
Yeah. No, it's the kangaroo one.
Huh?
It's the kangaroo icon right below.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but aren't we showing how to install it, or do you want me to uninstall it first?
You don't need to uninstall. What you can do is just do Control Shift P, right? Yeah. You can go here. You just type in RooCode.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's the extension that you just installed.
Okay. So I will walk everybody to this place again. So open your Visual Studio Code, then go to this extension tab. When you are in extension tab, type RooCode. This will be the first or second item that you will see. Ignore everything else, select that, and then this will say install. So you will have to you will click install. After it is installed, you will click enable, and that's it. Once
That's it.
you do these two things, you will see this icon on your left hand side bar that says RooCode. And then when you click it, it will open this window, and your remaining window will be just like that. Nothing. Um,
Right. So we are
Messages
in.
here. What is
Yeah.
this?
So right now.
RooCode cloud is coming soon. Join the waiting.
Yes. Yeah. So like RooCode is like launching this feature where you can share your chats between people and you can collaborate. So I and you, as we use RooCode a lot, we both can collaborate on that, and on the in being in different places. So that is only possible when you use live share from VS Code and you share your VS Code workflow with the other person. But even then, you have like restriction of the extensions
Mhm.
having the same data, right? In this case, what happens is that the extension from there allows you to connect two different instances of RooCode by like allowing you to share your
Okay.
chat, and you can basically start coding your stuff right from there. So we both can collaborate.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Okay. So that's something we will cover in future. So when so I just installed, like, follow this type of installation. So after install, you will land on this screen. Let's cover these pieces, these different settings.
Yeah, so that's basically like your place where you do all the setting and stuff. So like if you see, you can customize your modes accordingly. You are in code mode. Let me like show you the modes. Yeah. So
Oh,
like
you,
yeah, there are a lot of modes, right? So by default, you get architect mode, code mode, ask mode, debug mode, and orchestrator. Each of them have their system prompt set, which you can see. So if you like go and like click on the wheel icon, right?
this one,
Yeah, mode
settings.
settings. Yeah, right. So if you see that you can customize as much as you need, like you
Mm-hmm.
can have configurations for your API. Like you want a specific mode for specific API, you can do that. That is the role definition, so that you can customize how your mode is for a particular task, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can write like you can set a label that hey, this is for this and that is what it shows when you like click on the modes. It shows when to use it, when to use that mode. So basically what Ru also does, that it can switch between modes. You can switch to
Mm-hmm.
architect mode, code mode, debug mode. It can do that by itself as well. So it would like look at the task and it would assess whether it should switch to architect mode or plan mode or code mode or any other mode that you have right now. Yes,
This
the
is good. Short description for human.
yep. So it is for us to understand what mode we want. Yeah,
Okay, let's keep going.
yeah, yeah. Available tools are like there are built-in tools as well, like the Git tool, the Git diff tool, tool for writing in file, reading in file. All these there are tools. Some of the inbuilt tools are used which you do not have access to, right? But there are things that you can do, like you can give it custom instructions that
Mm-hmm.
these are the guidelines while you are in code mode. So for me, I personally what do is that I give it a guideline that states that whenever you are in code mode, the first thing you need to do is that you need to like read whatever has been coded, and you need to like create you need to use this particular tool to like read all the stuff that is out there, and you need to like create a semantic understanding of whatever has been coded until this point. Because I'm used to switching a lot of modes in
Mm-hmm.
between, so I need to like do this. So yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
And this is just not the end of it. You can use something called as Ru rules, I guess it's called. So like yeah,
Yeah.
you can use rules as well.
Right.
Yeah, rules code.
And
System
then
prompt Mhm.
similar thing, if you change all these modes,
Yeah,
then the same type of instructions there, more
yeah.
detailed instructions about architect mode. Maybe we
So
can
if you like,
quickly highlight the difference. Well, one disclaimer, you don't have to go here to start using RooCode. It, you can just start using it like cursor. We are showing you just underneath what's underneath is, but to begin using, you don't have to. You can just be on the first screen, start typing your prompt, and then select which mode you want, and that's it. But because we are here and we are creating content, we are showing you everything that's out there. Um, I think I would like to also highlight, I mean, I personally want to know if there is any one line or simple explanation of what's the difference between code and architect. And one of the things that we could do, the definition, role definition for code is that this person is extremely knowledgeable in many languages, framework, right? So it's a, and then um, this. But if I go to architect mode, it goes beyond. adding more to the role and instructions.
You can show debug mode as well. That would be very good.
Okay, so before I go, technical leader is excellent planner, gather information. So it's also ask more questions to you. A user will review and approve. Then we have more instructions here. So that's how that architect mode is slightly different than the coding mode. And here,
All right. So you see, you're an expert software debugger specializing in systematic problem diagnosis and resolution, and you have like when to use optional as well. Right.
and these are the things that you can customize. I'm pretty sure behind the scene they have even more customization between these models.
I mean, yeah, if you like look down, you can see in tools as well, available tools. You can give it access to like whatever tools or anything you want, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So like, yeah, you have like, set of tools that you want to give it access to. So in architect mode, you can give it access to, let's say, some set of servers, some reading files, and everything is part of like the architect mode,
Yeah.
which is like built in. Yeah. So you can like customize that as well, that hey, I want you to edit files but only markdown files, right? That
Hmm.
is what you get in edit mode, in architect mode. So it can only edit markdown files and nothing else. And you can preview the system prompt as well.
And then in
If
this is the code
yeah.
mode.
Yeah. So you can like preview system prompt to see how everything is. You can have custom instruction for all models, for all modes that you want all the modes to follow this. I have one which is like I used to have this before I figured out my MCP servers, which was to like get a list of all the MCPs that are connected and you know keep a list of them for the entire conversation. So I guess I don't need it anymore like right now because now I've set up my MCP properly. But that was like before.
Hmm. Okay, so much about this. What's the orchestra mode? What does
Yeah,
it mean?
that's a very good question, and I'm glad you asked. Orchestrator mode is a very special mode. It is something that if people who are using RooCode know, it's called. It was also called boomerang mode, right? Orchestrator mode is a mode that basically automates all your tasks. So whatever you see, right, when to use, which is optional. Orchestrator mode basically uses one model to orchestrate between the different tasks of coding, like, architecting, coding, debugging, and like, all these, or if you have any other tasks, right? It allows you to basically switch between these tasks, but you do not switch. It creates subtasks and it automatically does all
Mhm.
the work, right? And you have to have like minimal intervention for this. Now, what that means is that if I have a, let's say, if I'm using architect mode and I create a PRD, a process requirement documentation, right? Uh, so in that PRD, what I would have is a set of phases, a set of goals, a set of checkpoints. I can give that to the orchestrator, the model in the orchestrator mode, and ask it that, hey, you want to do this all by
Mhm.
yourself. So it would like, create the first task for the first phase, create the first subtask for the first phase, start the coding, do the debugging by switching to that mode, and then, switching back and forth. And then when the task is finished, it would go to the second task, do all that stuff again. And when all that is done, it would tell you that, hey, I've done all of this. So what essentially it means is that you just automate all the things that you are doing.
Okay. Okay. So let's close this. We covered this part. Do we have to cover this?
Yeah, that's the API configuration that we are going to do, and then we need to like look at the code base indexing as well.
Okay.
I'd suggest we go with the code base indexing because code base indexing is something that would require us to use, an OpenAI key or a Google Gemini key.
Okay.
So we can use that. That would be very good, actually.
Okay. So when I configured it last time, I used Anthropic key, and then I was using at that point this was available, and I could change now to something else. But we are using something else. So where should I go? What should I do first?
So, like, if you want to use different models, we are not going to use like any of these. What we are going to
Mhm.
do is that we are going to do something crazy.
Okay.
We are going to use free models from Open Router.
Right. So should I share my screen? That is screen now.
You you need an API key, yes, from Open Router.
Okay.
So I think if you want to like configure it on your end, you can do that. People can get an Open Router key. It's a very basic thing. You just go to your account and do that. So get your Open Router key
Okay.
and
So I want to show up to the point where I'm not sharing my keys. So I will share. So how does it work? I'm on Open Router page. I will click
right,
sign in, and I use GitHub to sign in for most of these things. So I would say GitHub, and then it will
right.
authorize. I'm logged in to my account. Okay.
There
So
you are.
now I am logged in,
Right.
and then
Yeah, that's where you
I,
go.
right. So I
So you
can
can like, yeah,
go ahead.
you can go to settings, the thing that you were talking about, right? That you can set up like different keys if you have from different providers. So if you go to like settings,
Okay.
yeah, so you basically have like all these, provisioning keys, integrations, and all that stuff. You can ignore a set of providers if you want. You can like go to integrations and you can put your own key. And Open Router would basically, switch between all the providers that it has, right?
Right.
And
So
provisioning keys is for like different keys. Yeah.
okay. Where should I go? Keys, right?
Yeah, you need to go to API keys.
Right. And I think I can go here while sharing my screen because it will not show any of the existing keys.
It will.
Okay, so let me remove this tab for a second and I will go there. It's actually not showing, so I'm good. So this, and then I will say create a key. I will put a name. For this case, I will say RooCode. RooCode live stream will be just the name of it, and then I can say $5. Is it dollar amount? Yeah, $5, and then yep. So I won't click create here, but that's all you have to do. Again, you log in, then you will be in the settings screen. Then you go to uh, API keys. Then you create RooCode and $5, and I will move this here. Create. I got the keys. Close it. Come back. So I have the key, and now do we need to do anything else here or go back?
No, that's pretty much it. You just need the API key and that's it. You need to go to models. Yeah. Forgot.
Okay,
You
so
need to
let's
go to
do that.
models.
Okay, so let's do that. Then
Right. So the models that we are going to use, right? What I would suggest is that we could use Qwen 3 coder for like the coding. For debugging, let's also go. Let's like just filter out the free models that are there.
okay, 1 second. I could go to price low to high to filter the free models. Is there any other method to filter?
Yeah, yeah, you did it on the top, right? If you go on the top,
I go in the top where?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, pricing. So you can go low to high.
I did. I did. Okay.
Yeah, so all these are free models. Yeah.
Okay. Which one?
So we have Qwen3 coder. We will use that. So what you would do is that you see this, right? This is what we would take care of. But you don't need to like do this because what I'm trying to do is like try to understand which of the models we can use for what
Mm-hmm.
task. I'd use Qwen 3, Qwen 3 for thinking, for like, doing the architecting, Qwen 3 coder for the coding part, Kimi K2 maybe for debugging, right?
Okay.
And all these are free models, so that's actually a good thing. Can you go back and click on Kimi 2? And we can use Horizon as well, which is purported to be an OpenAI model. So we can use that too.
I'm already
If you
losing you.
like,
You're going too fast. Okay. Okay. Where should I go now?
you should go to RooCode right now.
Okay. Okay. Then I will switch my screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm back in RooCode. So I guess I will select open router.
Yeah.
You must provide a valid key here. And this is the key that we configured just a few minutes ago.
Right, right, right.
And
So
then
what I would say is that you rename the profile to something else. Let's say it's a coder. So you could use like coding, thinking, and debug as profile
wait,
names.
wait, 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 wait. I how do I uh, how do I cancel?
You don't do anything. You just go back.
Okay.
Yeah. So
RooCode.
if you like, no, you basically click on anything else. You just say done. Click on done.
I'm going to create a new profile. Let's do this. So open router.
No, but I mean, let's go with coding, debugging, coding, debug, and architect as the name so that we can like know, or we can put the names as well. I'd suggest, yeah, you can put the names as well if you want, like of the models.
Okay.
There's a
Open
lot of,
router dash coding. Good.
you wanna put coding or Qwen3 coding,
Okay.
whichever you prefer, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Cool.
Cool,
Okay, so
great
I
profile.
created a profile. This is the profile. Hopefully it saved my old profile. Model is this. I already copied the keys. And then
Yeah, there you go. So now you click here and you type in Qwen3 hyphen coder.
1, 3. Yep.
Right. So you see the
Three.
free model, we'll use the free model. Yeah.
Does not support image, does not support computer use, does not support prompt caching.
And has max tokens as 52429.
A lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, because we are not setting up any MCP, so that's good enough.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. That's it.
That's one thing. So you need to click on save. Then we need to create another one. Now we are going to create one for planning. So for planning, I'd say let's go with Qwen 3, not the coding one, but just the Qwen 3 model.
Okay.
So we'll like
Create.
create this. Yeah, yeah, it's the same key, right? So yeah, you can click here, you can type in Qwen 3 and you can see that you have like a lot of models. So you want to click on the free ones, right? So type in Qwen 3 space free. Let's see.
This one, right?
No, just click on free. We need to see which free models are there so that I can make a good choice. All right. So
I did not know that you can do space and then write free.
yeah, you can do it. Let's go with the 235 billion one. The Quen 3 235B, yeah.
235 billion. What's the difference between 4 billion and this billion?
So that is the like number of parameters that you have in the model, and that basically determines how powerful a model is. A 4 billion model can run on a lowest device, but a model that is having 235 billion parameters
Hmm.
is much more powerful. So it is like having much more capability to
Okay.
maybe reason or do another stuff, right? And so if you see, there's like this 235, and then you see one below. Yeah, right. I just wanted to say there is one called instruct. Instruct is for like something that uses tools. So in this case, you would use instruct models if needed. So
This
there is
one.
instruct. Yeah. So we are not using that, but if we wanted to, we would have used that if
What would be the
we had.
difference?
Instruct models are models that are trained on data to use agentic tools. So it's like more agentic in nature, and it can be
Okay,
used with
okay,
AI
okay.
agents.
Okay.
Right. So we are using this. And now if you like go down, like yeah, you see the model reasoning effort. So we need to click on reasoning.
Here.
Yeah. Let's do medium.
Okay.
Right. And we click on save. Then we create a new profile again. This time we will create
Let's
one
see.
for,
The one that we did before is
yeah,
saved. Yes, it did.
yeah.
It did. And then default model is still Anthropic. Hopefully nothing changed here. So
Yeah,
good.
that's sensible. Yeah. And create a new model. This time we will create a profile for, let's say, Kimi. So we'll create one for Kimi K2.
Like this. Gimme.
Kimi space, yeah, Kimi space K2.
All right.
And
And then,
you get, yeah, you can switch to an open router.
oh,
Or you can use local models as well, by the way. If you have models that are hosted using Olama or LM Studio or Hugging Face,
okay.
you can use that as well. So, right, yeah, you can do this. And that also reminds me, um,
Gimme K2 free.
right, Kimi K2 free, yes. Oh boy, that has a very less ad.
Like
Might not
somewhere.
use Kimi K2.
Okay.
We can do Horizon Alpha. Yeah, let's use Horizon Alpha. Horizon, you just type in Horizon Beta. Yeah, let's use this one. That supports images.
Yep.
So you can rename the profile as well by clicking on the pencil icon.
Saved. Awesome.
Right, 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 right. So we have all these models right now, and what essentially it would allow us to do is we can switch between these models between different like configurations, and we can see how it's going to perform.
Okay. So this is where we will switch. And then this is where we will switch to different mode. Let's cover this as well. Auto approve.
Right. So all these things that you see are automatically approved. They do not require manual intervention from the user. So reading files, writing files, you opening the browser, executing some commands, creating subtasks, uh, asking questions or updating the to-do list. So while you code, you will see there are a lot of things out there that happen while you do coding with the RooCode, and you will see like there is a to-do list that is maintained, which shows you all the tasks that it needs to perform, whether it is planning, coding, or anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
The question one is for like asking questions from the user as to like define the way you want to do the chats and everything, right? So the coding mode by default has no. Oh, you clicked on auto approve, yeah. So it is not approved for everything, and you can do the same for like other modes as well. So you can basically define.
Yeah, you
What
can
access do you need the
uncheck
models
this.
to?
Yep,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
can uncheck all these, and then I will, for now, I will uncheck this, and we will show you what this mean as we go forward. That if this is unchecked, that mean RooCode will ask you for each and everything uh, before they perform something. If you
Right.
select this, then they will not have to ask you, and they can go in a cycle of doing hundreds of different things or tens of hundred things. The reason, which is great, right, in general, but the reason you want to keep it unchecked or keep it limited, because then you're spending money on tokens, and then if it is going in the wrong direction, you want it to wait. And then in general, it's good idea to have a verification where you have an opportunity to see what's going on, and then give a approval.
Yep.
Cool. So where do we go next?
So now that you have all these things configured, I guess, yeah. Can you go to settings? Can go to
Right.
settings on top,
Setting. Where?
where you were setting the configurations
Here.
and everything. Yeah. So that's one of the things that we have set up. You can click on the other parts of the setting as well on the left, right? Auto approve is there. You can click on browser, small desktop. I guess that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Checkpoints. So you have checkpoints. So at any point of time in the chat, if you think you have done something wrong, you can revert to that checkpoint with all the files and tasks, right? And that would allow you to basically start from there. So you can always like restore from checkpoints. Um, if you go down, that is like, yeah, sound effects and text to speech. Context. Context is important. So that's like the number of tabs that could be taken into context. Right now it's set at 20. The number of files would be like 200. 200 files at max would be loaded into the context. File reads, it would read 5 files at a time. It has the capability to read 5 files at a time. Um, the truncate, auto truncate threshold, like after what number of lines do you want the model to like stop reading, or like
Hmm.
so that is like you can like customize that too. Zero is no lines, minus one is like all the lines, right? And that's what it is. Maximum image file size, like how much size of the image should be allowed to be uploaded. You can like click on image, you can copy paste your image, and it would like the if the model is supposed to read the images, you can set the images. Maximum total image size is 20 MB, so there is a min and max. Diagnostic messages are there so that it can help you understand like what's the problem with the model that you are
Hmm.
using. There's a delay as well. If the API is taking a lot of time, you can set delays, right? Condensing trigger is exactly that same thing, that if your model is supposed to, if the context is supposed to get lost, then you don't need to really worry about it. You can technically like have condensing enabled, which allows you to let's say condense the context after 80% of the context has been filled up. So if you like go down, sir.
Yes, bottom.
Yeah. So if you see like condensing trigger threshold, you should set that to I guess 75. Yeah, we'll just set it for all the profiles. Yeah, no, down. No. You need to enable it,
Oh,
but
here,
you need to
here,
set
here,
it.
here.
Yeah, you need to set it to like around 75. In our case, I've done it at 7. I do it at like 80, but 75 in this case would be okay.
Okay.
Right. Right. So you need to click on save.
It will automatically condense all the profile. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I
The
want to
then
add, the the context. What does it mean? By default, this AI is memoryless. When you use ChatGPT or Claude, the their system, the chat system, is maintaining some memory so that every time you say and ask something, it adding the context. That's and similarly here, when you will interact with RooCode, RooCode will try to manage the context and the memory. And what you're defining here is how that memory will be managed, how much, how long, and how big that memory has to be. Now, there is a cost impact. So, if you increase this to a larger number, then you will, your cost of using RooCode, meaning the cost of the API that you're using, will increase. If the API is free, you should be okay. But we also saw that with each of the API that we was using, there is a token. I can go back and show that there is a token l- token limit here. So every time you're asking something, every time you're sending a prompt, it is building the context again for you, and your number of token will be used in that. So if the memory is too much, it may go beyond 52 token. And I think I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I feel like one token mean one character, roughly. So a file that is like 1,000 line of code. Each line has, let's say, 100 characters. So it's become how much? 10,000 or something? 100,000?
Kind of. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we saw context, and my number doesn't add up. So I'm not sure if I was right or wrong. But keep going.
I
I just wanted
mean,
to
it
give an idea.
depends. Yeah, context is like different, depends on the embedding model, and like, there are start and end messages. So it would always be like if you have, it depends on the tokenization method as well, how you
Mhm.
tokenize it. So tokens like depend on that, the tokenizer that is used. Yeah, this is basically where you allow allow RooCode to use your IDE. So you can ask it to like use your shell if you have like Bash or Z shell or Fish with your
Mhm.
custom integrations, you can use that. Otherwise, it would be using its own, right? And
Yep.
that's pretty much it. And then, yeah, this is like the prompt thing that you saw.
Yep.
So this is another way to like, this is like a different thing. This is like enhancing. There are some prompts that you can use. Enhancing prompt is basically enhancing your prompt doing all that. Yeah, there is contexting, there is explain code, fix issues. So you have like a set of different
These are
prompts that,
predefined prompts.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Nice. I did not know this. So that's great. Do we need to go rest of the thing?
Yeah, this is experimental mode. So these are things that I would not suggest until and unless you are like me who likes to
Hmm.
play with all these stuff a lot, right? I will not suggest doing that.
Okay.
But the thing is that RooCode is like shipping a lot of features. They ship a lot of things every day, and you can see kind of like these things: background editing. You would have someday you would have concurrent file edits where you can edit multiple files. You would
Hmm.
have background editing where you would be not bothered when you like do the editing. You use git diff and it shows you the diff, so it would not do that as well. It would just do it in the background, right? So that's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. So the last
I think
one is this
that's the
language,
language,
and
and
then
that's about
about.
it.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, you need to click on save. Yeah, that's it, and basically that's set up, right? And so we can start with what we are going to do. Now that we have the model set up, for reference, we haven't set up any MCP server yet. I think having MCP server is good, but we have not set it up, both due to the the nature of setting it up, and also like it would also change the context length. The context length is like, uh, gets shortened when you have a lot of MCP servers because you need to like use it on the tools. So I'd say. You are going to see that in some future videos, right? But for now, what we can do is that we can start coding and
We
show
start
you.
coding. Yep.
Yeah, we can start coding and we can show you what's going to happen.
So what are we making?
You tell
We
me.
can. I have two ideas. One idea is creating a professional journal. So as a programmer, you can document what you have done. If this is could be a certification, could be a problem, a major problem that you have solved, something was going on with production and you resolved it, or you just completed a new project or a module. So you input that, and then this application will have a button that you will click, and it will transform whatever you have entered into a more star format: situation, task, results, and all. And we can keep it as simple as we need. This is one of the functionality that is part of careerleap.app. So it's already exist in this application, but we can make it here as demonstration, and it could be an independent application. The goal for this application would be that as a programmer, you can start documenting your journey, your things, different things that you have done throughout the year, and then use it. And then it will create a list of all the things that you have done for whatever period that you will select. And then you can use it for your annual review or your job search or your resume update or whatnot. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things that you can do with this. I wouldn't suggest for like job resumes and stuff, because there are better tools out there. But hey, if you want to like automate
No,
it
no, no.
by,
I'm saying that information that this can do, what happened most of the time, you forget everything that you have done in last 6 months or last 1 year. This will create a list of things that you can use to include some of those things in your resume. That's what I was saying.
yeah, 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 you can do that. Yeah, 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 that's not a problem. You will have history.
Correct, correct. Somebody has made a comment. I don't know what this means. Oh, cheap waivers on this. Remove the space. I have no idea what it's saying. I'm going to
It
read it.
means that you can buy viewers. No, we don't need viewers. We need viewers, but we are not going to buy them. It's a spam comment.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, all right. So keep going. So I typically work on the prompt first in this type of situation, but we have already spent a lot of time in theory. So we will like to start. Should I create a folder, coding folder?
I guess if you want to push to GitHub, why not?
So I this and then do code. Okay, RooCode live stream. This, this. Okay. I created a prom.md file. This will be, I want to create a professional journal web application that will take input from the users, programmers, and convert it into star format. Stand for okay. Um, do you want to include the database?
Do we want to create a prompt.md? We can just like, start the prompting right there, right?
Oh yeah,
Why
yeah.
should we create
I
it?
just wanted to kind of have a bigger window, but you're right. I can increase this.
That's a damn lot.
Hmm.
I mean,
Okay.
people are just going to see how we are doing things, right? We just don't need to like tell them that you need to do this. You can like do another stuff that you want.
Okay. So I close that. Action and results. Do you want to connect to the Superbase database, or then I will add that instructions as well.
I'd say you switch to architect mode so that you can do the planning and stuff, right?
Okay. So you guide me. I typically write a big one, but do you want me to start with this one, this much only?
Professional that will take the users and convert into star format. Why do you need to specify programmers?
Niche down.
Niche down, okay. Yes. Uh, yeah, let's just go with this.
So we are intentionally not adding too much information here. We are using the architect mode so that it will tell I am trying enhance prompt. Too much information though.
That's a damn lot of information.
Guide through completion of each. This is enable tagging by language. Whew. Do we want to keep all this?
I don't know. I would like if you want to keep. I think that's fine because it can be used, right?
You tell me.
It
This is our
can.
original.
It's called vibe coding, sir. We are going to vibe code. We are not going to think while we vibe code.
Okay. All right. So I input this as the original prompt, and then I click enhance prompt, which enhanced it. Um, I'm going to save some of this information anyway. Give me one quick second. This was original, and then we got this. All right. All right. Ready?
I am always ready.
All right. So this is an example of the approve button because we have not selected auto approve. It will keep asking us for each and everything. Thank God I removed this. Um, so it's already
It.
checking the one of the file that I have.
I think we've missed one thing. Yeah, we need to like do this. So RooCode now supports code-based indexing, and you need to set that up as well. If you go down on the
Mhm.
disk icon, like the database icon that you see, right? So if you see this, like yeah, code-based indexing is by default enabled. I would suggest we set it up with Gemini. So if you have a Google AI key,
Okay.
if you can go to like set up an advanced configuration, it would be better.
Okay. So
So
do
that's
you?
fine. That's fine. Yeah, we need to go to setup. Not here. Not in that same thing, sir.
Oh, sorry.
You need to click on done. You need to click on done.
And go back here.
Yeah, you need to click on setup. You can like click on advanced configuration and it would close that pop up down.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you see this, what you should do is that you should go to QD rand. So it's quadrant, but I say it's as QD rand. It's easier to say.
Wait,
Uh,
where do I go? These are the options here.
right. So we would use, I guess, Gemini. Yes, we would use Gemini.
Okay.
So Gemini has a model called Gemini embedding, which is like the latest model.
But I need the key first, right?
Right, you need a key. I think you must have a Google API key like around, I guess. It does not take a lot of,
I
price.
do have Gemini Pro, but I never created a key for Gemini. So how do I do
You,
that?
you need to go to AI Studio to create that key. Google
AI.
AI Studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get Gemini AI key. Login. Okay. Using current document site. Dev. Model solution more. Where do I go? Where do I go? Keys. Get API. Google is not making it easy for me.
You need to go to Google AI Studio.
I'm there. AI.google.dev. Okay, hold on. Stop recording.
Uh,
Enter
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
window. Okay, I am here. AI.
Yeah, so you go to explore models in Google AI Studio.
Oh, this is a different level. Okay.
Yeah, and then you go to dashboard on top. Yeah, you see get API key, right? So yeah, you can create an API key.
Create API in the new project. Okay. All right. Copy.
So it says I need to reload my tab.
Okay, so I got the key. I copied this. I brought
Right.
it. I will switch it back to my switch it, switch my screen back to my Visual Studio Code. Input the key here. Select a model. Which one? Are you back?
Yeah, now I'm back.
Okay. The two models are shown here.
Right,
Text.
so you need to select Gemini embedding 001. That's the latest one. I'm using it, I'm getting good results. And now you need to like set up your quadrant. So you can go to qdrant.tech. Let's go there.
Okay.
So this is basically creating a vector of your, this is basically creating an embeddings and storing it over there so that it can like do indexing and everything. So you need to go to qdrant.tech.
Okay, hold on, hold on. Okay. QD rent
Dot tech. Yeah, that's the one.
tech.
They have a free tier, so that's good. So like I said, we are paying no money at all.
So create an account. I don't have an account here. So
Yeah, you can log in. You can get started and like you
and I
can
will
do the
use
same.
GitHub. Uh,
The, there might be sensitive info in this, but yeah, just create a free cluster.
create a free cluster. Oops, I shared my key. No problem. It's free anyway.
Yeah.
What
So you need to
password is
get the like you need to get the URL. The URL is the one that is with the get, right? Yeah. You need to get this URL. You need to copy this.
okay?
You need to copy this in the QD and you yeah, you need to copy this in the URL tab.
Okay, I will go back. Anything else here?
Yeah, the
API.
API key.
Okay.
So you paste in the URL here. Of course, you can run it offline as well if you want.
Yeah. So
And
what I will do,
in the,
because I'm sharing, I've shared my keys here. So give me one quick second. I'm going to delete this and create a new one.
yeah, yeah, sure.
But how do I do that? Oh, I found it. Upgrade trade detail dashboard. There is no option to delete. Let's see editor. Okay, API key. Okay, I lost the key. So anyway, I will come back here, create again. I did not copy the key. It's gone. Okay. Okay, Pratyush, API key, auto generate API key, reactive, delete, delete. Yay, I was able to figure it out. So I deleted that key and I am creating a new one.
Yeah, takes so much time to explain all that stuff. But once you do it, it takes about, I guess, 20 minutes. If you know your way around stuff, you can do all of this in 20 minutes.
Okay, I got the keys.
Yeah, so you just click on save.
That's it.
Right. That's it. That's it. And now it will start indexing your code base and everything. So what you see is because you don't have that file, right? Do you have that prom.md file or no?
I haven't, but the file is empty.
Yeah, so just delete it because it's going to create an indexing of that file and you need to delete it.
Okay, so this is the file. Delete, move to
Right.
trash, code. Okay, go ahead.
Right. Now you can approve, right? It is going to, so you need to click on auto approve if you want. Yeah, the file does not exist and you will get that error. So now it's going to think. You can click on the thinking as well and to see, all the thinking that's going on with the model. And the reason it's asking for approval or rejection is because
We have not.
you haven't, yeah, if you set it to that, it will automatically do all that stuff. Yeah. See?
And I think we have given this a lot of permission. Let me quickly.
Basic permissions to read, edit, and all those files. But when it executes commands, it's going to ask you.
Okay. So we have given all
Yeah,
these permissions.
yeah. So you see,
So see, instead of so when I selected it, it keep going.
and you are using Anthropic, by the way. You are not using all the other models, by the way. That's what I spotted right now. I did not
Oh,
see.
yeah, we did not select change this. Can I change
So
it
it,
now?
yeah, we should use like we should start with Qwen 3 or Horizon Beta. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. But even with Anthropic, it used like less than a cent
Yeah, because you're using 3.7 Sonnet, which is old.
old. Okay, so what is this doing? Has a question. What technology stack would you like? React front end, Python,
Python
full
is
stack.
easier.
Yeah, these two will be the option.
React frontend with Node.js Express backend, Vue.js frontend with Python Flask backend. I'd
Nah,
honestly go
nah.
for.
This. I'll just select this.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Whatever technology stack you select, it's fine. Okay, so API request. Think.
There's a bug I see because that is supposed to be in thinking and it's showing it like that. Okay, might as well file a bug on RooCode.
Why? What happened?
So it's supposed to be what? It's supposed to be something that you see in the thinking tab, and what you are seeing right now is part of the normal tab. So if you like go on top, you would see it shows thinking, and it like shows thinking tokens in a different tab.
Wait, where? Because this is expanded.
So
Oh, these
that's
are
the
API
API
requests.
request.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay,
think.
okay, okay.
You see, this is think. This is thinking.
So where? Otherwise, where would you see it?
Yeah, you can see if you go on top.
Here,
No, if you like scroll up a bit, or
all
you
the
have
way.
scrolled
I'm
up a
all the
bit.
way up.
Yeah, so it shows like in thinking, like yeah, it should
Hmm.
show in initial checkpoint. Yeah. That's right.
Hmm.
Yeah, sorry. So if you like go in initial checkpoint, when you go towards initial checkpoint and you go down, right there, the tab that is right below. Yeah. So if you
Here.
like, yeah. If you click on this, that's the thinking part.
Okay, okay. Okay, and here's another one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talk about this template different programming scenario, expert opinion, and then it created all this task list. So set up a project structure, create a database schema, design front end. So these are all different tasks it will do if I click approve. Should be good?
So when you approve it, yeah, if you approve it, that's the like to-do list of tasks that it would go through, right? Set up the project
Hmm.
structure, create database schema, design the components, and blah blah blah.
Right. Okay.
I'm just going to file a bug.
I will now create an initial project structure. So these are different files that I started creating.
Yep. Oh, there is much more than that. Look at that, tool calls and all those things. Uh, that's good. We are finding bugs while we live stream our coding efforts. That's great.
You can even
Look at
send
this.
this URL to the live stream that we recorded it for you.
So you can send a task link as well. Yeah, it's optional, but yeah, you could.
Now I create the manifesto, so it's creating all the project. Can I switch the tab and go to the file folder or not?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why not? You can.
This will continue.
Yeah,
Okay. I just wanted to show that all the file it is creating behind the scene. So it's creating the entire folder structure for us. And what you see on the right hand side is whatever the file active at that moment. Right, we will go back to RooCode. Again, we spend a lot of time in configuration and everything, but what we were able to do is to create a cursor type of environment inside Visual Studio using RooCode. We configure multiple, we explain what these modes mean. Then we created these different models. We also explained open router, and that's what we used to create all the to use the free AI models. We configured everything, and then we wrote a prompt, and that's what writing all the code. It is happening. All of this is happening for free. This 11 cent is because the initial command I forgot to change the model, and it used the anthropic model.
sir.
Now,
Can you send me can you send me this text from tool call and the one from thinking before
yeah,
so that I can like put it on GitHub? It would be very helpful.
like this one, or I can copy this. I'm sending you on your WhatsApp.
Okay. And the thinking one as well.
Okay. So is it that the front end is not able to use this JSON, I guess? Okay, I send you both.
Q. Yeah, it should be like within that pane, and it's not within that pane.
Hmm. Now, I did not understand this part. So what is this code base indexing, and then we using Gemini, and then Q
Yeah.
QRaint. What is this?
Yeah. So what essentially happens is that if you have code based indexing, which is what happens with Cursor, right, and which is one of their uh, this is one of their features, is that code base is indexed, so the model only has to read the relevant information, which means the
Hmm.
relevant files. And the thing is that it is also going to read, the data that is already in vector. So it does not have to ask the model to tokenize or anything. It can just use that. And to do that, what you would do is that you can employ a lot of different ways. Archie on Twitter has a very good thread on how Cursor does indexing. I think he just released it recently. So you
Hmm.
can go and you can go to Archie's thread and see how it does.
Okay.
There is another way, and which is you are allowed in RooCode to like customize this. So all these are like embedding models. They're basically models that create embeddings, and this is like the heart of the large language models, the generative AI models. So before you have a model that can do stuff, what embeddings model do is that they create embeddings, and then the larger part of the model allows you to do much more complex reasoning or stuff like that, so that it can then give you a coherent text. So,
Okay.
with that being said, this basically does the embeddings part. It converts part of your code base, whatever code base that you have, into vectors, and it stores that into quadrant. Quadrant is a vector store that allows for similarity. Like it has like similarity search. So anything that you work on, right, has similarity score. And if that similarity score is high, that means the file or the item that you were searching for is exactly
Mhm.
that. And that's why you can see that in the settings as well, that what is the pattern matching that you want to do. RooCode uses pattern matching,
Okay.
and also like grep, to like, search parts of your code. And you can see that while it's like, if it shows you, it will show you that I'm going to search this and that. So um, there is similarity search going on so that it can find the vectors that are similar to what it wants, right? And that's how it is able to locate that specific part of the code right there without having to like read through all the
Mhm.
code from the top. And what we have set up right now is like code based indexing using Gemini embedding models. So we're using like Gemini embedding to do all this. And that's why, if you like, if your embeddings are not on top, you would see that it is going to say that I'm going to read a file that might not exist just because, your code base was not indexed properly. It was something that used to happen before in Cursor. Right now it doesn't, but yeah, this used to happen.
Okay. I barely understood. I think I will have to read more. But what I understood is when it is coding, it can go and open your file, create a context, index your file and information. So every time it's working on something, it can take the reference from that.
But yeah.
Cool, yay! I guess I understood. Pratyush is like, whatever.
No, no, no. I'm just like very happy for you. What I'm trying to do is like I'm just going to file that particular issue, right? There is a good issue and it's pretty much solvable. It's not a problem at all.
And
So I think,
somebody found a video that I released on December 4 in X.
oh, that's
It's
nice.
good. It's good. CC 800. Dennis. Thanks, Dennis. Right? There's two people on YouTube, one person
Hmm.
in Twitch. Who is on Twitch?
Dwidge.
Oh, my Twitch has a very old picture of me. Advantage of using over. Oh, there's messages here. Advantage of using over the inbuilt code module. Ah, advantage of using. Advantage of using over the inbuilt code model.
There's
This
no inbuilt code model. You have to, set up your own models.
uh, this was a older message, but
Okay.
hey Prim, Drew code does not come with inbuilt code. Oh, he may be asking about that's more maybe yeah. So we have to add our own keys. We used open router to make it easy to use multiple models, multiple models. Okay. I responded to him. This is still coding. The public file, source file, server. I noticed it is using MongoDB. So while we are waiting, I can go ahead and create a MongoDB database.
Yeah, sure.
So I have not used MongoDB. I've used Microsoft SQL Server a lot. And then I also used MySQL, which is now Supabase.
Superbase is fine, I guess.
So I am going to share my screen. So I'm at MongoDB. I will get it started. I think I have an account. MongoDB. Okay. So sign up. Sign up with this.
I'm almost done filing the issue.
Okay. Authentication method. Okay.
And I have created a bug.
You are very generous. You're helping them.
Yeah, I like software, right? So that's how I got started, right? When like I was searching for a job and I like stumbled upon Agent Ops, I was just trying to like, do that same thing that, hey, I want to like improve this tool because I use it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay. So,
the one thing you could say about open source is that you are in control of what you want.
mm. So this means I do not have a database, correct? In this account.
Nope, I don't see any cluster.
So create a cluster. It's asking for money. There is no free option in Superbase.
There is
I don't see one.
on Superbase, not in here.
Oh, sorry, MongoDB. I will do this later. Okay, okay. So I have to pay, right?
I mean, you could use Superbase. You do not have to use MongoDB, but if you want to use MongoDB, um, let me
Oh,
see.
wait, there's cluster zero. There is a cluster. There is a cluster.
I thought that meant cluster is zero. Okay, that works too.
Okay, so I should be able to get a key from here. Okay.
Yep.
So to what I did, I went to I went to MongoDB. I created an account and then I created a cluster. So first cluster, I guess it's free, and then you have to pay. And I will use this. This might be an old cluster that I have created, but I never used it, so we should be okay. And then I will switch us to Visual Studio. So it has been creating a lot of files, lot of code.
Yeah, you can see a lot of stuff that is going on.
Almost done because it's working on the README file now. Configuration.
I think people must know that I get followed by RooCode account on Twitter. It's cool.
Nice. I will check mine. Do I get followed by them? You Hugging Face imply pay for code. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. RooCode. Oh, RooCode follows me. Sorry.
Nice.
RooCode follows me. I think you know when this happened.
When?
After our first discussion, I made a post, and that's when they started following me.
That's pretty cool.
So create database schema for general intention, this. But before I do that, okay, so it has done the first work, which is set up the project structure and everything. And we can
Yeah.
see that its structure, this is the client and this is the server. Where is the environmental file, which is MongoDB local? Oh, can you run a local file, local database?
I don't know. I've never like done that with MongoDB. I just use the hosted instance.
Yeah, same. I never use MongoDB actually. Okay, so
Oh,
I'm just gonna do approve for the second task, and let's see where it takes us. It
a
changed the
file.
code. We started with the architect mode, remember?
Yep. So it would have changed the mode to coding, and it's going through Quentry coding, which is great. Yeah, that is awesome.
So it is creating the SQL for us.
I have to say the PR, like sorry, the issue number that I filed, it's 6630.
66306,000. Okay.
That is interesting number because 6630 is divisible by 3. And also, I guess,
On
yeah,
X, we get 270 views.
good for us.
Good for us.
That's a good start.
Okay, so it's done with the schema, but for a schema, what it has done actually is to created the SQL file.
It has created the routes that I see, the models that it would use for like validating the responses, an
Which one
env
you want me to go?
category.
This?
I mean, I want you to go to the prompt and like see what it's doing with the prompts, because it requires manual intervention somewhere. I would want you to go to the prompt
I know,
in
I know. I was
RooCode.
just trying to find the SQL file it was creating. I don't see that SQL. Okay,
Yeah, have
prompt.
you checked the public directory?
Ah, it will not be there.
In scripts, can you go to scripts? I suppose it should be in
Where do you see
scripts.
script? Oh, here.
Right, that's JSON file. You can search, right? You can do Control P and you can search. Command P in Mac case. If you do Command P, you would
Uh-huh.
be able to search if there is an SQL file or not. Just type SQL. Nope,
Yep.
it hasn't created one.
Yeah, yeah. I think it should be able to use just this one for
Hmm.
now. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
So
good enough,
design
I
front
guess.
end component for a star format entry. These are the two things that it has done. And you were saying about prompt. So where do you want me to go?
So now you need to click on approve because it's not auto approved.
Oh, I thought you were saying about this one, this
Yeah.
prompt window. Hey, by the way, just a quick time check. It's been 2 hours. We started,
Right.
and it's 2:30 on your time, right?
Yep.
Two
It's
thirty
2:30
a.m.
a.m. Right. Right.
So how long we want to continue? Another 15 minute, 20 minute, 30 minute?
I guess that's fine enough. Another 20-30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have office tomorrow as well. Implement template system for different programming. Add intelligence suggestion. Word. Set up data security measure using for consistent document. I like the second last.
Oh, reminder system.
Now we will start designing the front end for star format, and then entry form. I will create the CSS for the entry form. Do you remember when it started? When we clicked the prompt, I think it's been 30 minutes or 20 minutes.
Yes, it has like created the files, which is where most of the time it took. And it's low, right? There is a lot of latency. There is
Mm-hmm.
like lesser speed. If you want, um,
No, no, I'm not.
I
I'm not
mean,
saying that. I'm not saying. I'm not complaining. What I'm saying
no, I'm
that.
trying to just say that there is like, I'm just trying to say in the perspective of someone who has like use all these models. If you want to like, see much better rate limits and like a much faster tokens per second, Qwen 3 Coder hosted on Cerebrus has 2000 tokens per second speed. You
Mhm.
can imagine 2000 tokens per second is very, very fast.
My point was we started with one prompt, right? Based on that prompt, we did enhance it, but then based on that prompt, it created this task list and it executing it. So far, it has created this large project and backend database front end and back end, middle. And I just wanted to highlight that, right? That how much work this can do if you compare this to Bolt, V0, or Lovable, there's no match.
Um, V0, I can understand. V0 is like a different model altogether. It's not like specifically for this. These are more like general coding models. And then you have like Lovable and Bolt. Honestly,
Mhm.
Lovable is fine. Like it, the major thing with Lovable that I found was that I did not like the way that I had to set up my own super-based systems and everything, which I
Oh,
can
you can,
ask
I mean, it can
RooCode
do
to
it.
do.
It can do it for
Now it
you.
can do. Yeah, yeah, it's a new feature. It's something that is
Mhm.
new, not when you like wanted to do it back then, right?
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Bolt, I've used Bolt and I have never really liked Bolt's experience. Like the UI, I just plainly hate it.
Yeah, I think I faced the challenge with the terminal error, and then I call it terminal error hell, because once you get in terminal error, it just gonna keep you there. Like you are stuck in a
Yeah,
terminal.
exactly. So I'm just gonna link Archie's
Oh,
thread in the like
429.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, sure. 429 rate limit
Yeah,
exceeded.
exactly. Yeah. So you have rate limits. So you need to add $10 so that you can have like thousand you know,
Okay.
thousand rate. You can have like thousand requests.
So where do I add that?
You go to open router and yeah,
Okay.
I think it's a good bet to have like because you can get extended limits and you can use pre models and then you can use different models. So you go to open router, you add in your like you go to credits, you put in $10, it asks for your credit card and everything, and you get that.
So $10 will be sufficient.
10
Added
to 15 is
credit.
good. I think you have $5, so adding 10 is good since we are using free models.
So what's gonna happen to all this messages that are coming? Um, select
Um,
condition.
so it says like retrying in 143. So it's
Oh,
saying
okay,
retrying
okay,
in
got
one.
it. It's gonna
Yeah, it
retry.
will retry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. $10 purchase. Your payment is processing. Credit will be added to account when it complete. Okay. All right. I trust you. In 120-second, you will find the credit. So while we're waiting for another minute,
You can
do
also
you?
cancel and you can start it. I
No,
always
no.
do that.
No, I'm gonna wait because I have a question. So we're using Open Router and not directly, especially for Claude or OpenAI. Do you think Open Router take a cut of the price that we pay to OpenAI or Anthropic or any other model?
So I guess yeah, yeah, yeah. They do. They do. But it's
It,
when you are using their API key.
right, right.
So
Like what we're doing,
yeah.
where it is making it easy for us to switch the model. But then all these free model, I'm not paying. Well, now I will be paying for it.
No,
Um,
if you are using paying free models, you're not paying anything.
so what it is, what 429 rate limit is.
So that's the rate limit. So based on the number of credits that you have like rate limits. How many requests are allowed? And
Okay.
for us, it is for $5, you only get 10 requests, per day. If you have like $10 between 10 to 20, you get 1,000, and then it increases so forth for the free
Okay.
models.
Okay. And I think I added a $5 limit. I did not add the credit.
So When you
I
add
had
the credit,
$0 in my
yeah,
account. Now I
okay,
have added $10.
okay.
Let me see
So I
payment
mean that's fine.
gateway.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time that I have paid them. So cool. Okay.
See, now it starts working. Now
Yay.
we have now we have thousand
Right.
1,000 requests.
1,000 request. We can stay here for 2-3 nights, I guess, with 1,000 requests. Now 1,000 requests mean each creating this file is one request, or I don't know. I mean, let's not go there.
This yeah, this is just one request. So it works using like GitDiff and it uses tools. So that tool basically uses code base indexing. It uses that part of the code, which is the vector, and it uses GitDiff to like locate that part of the code. And that tool basically just, takes in the GitDiff and the write in file tool. These are all
Hmm.
inbuilt tools, right? That is used to like, paste all this data. And that is why you see it as plus or minus because it's using that to like edit the files.
Okay.
Pretty good, right?
And we are at 43K tokens, right?
We are at 43.2K tokens. Yeah, it's 262 is the limit.
Okay. For Coin 3 coding. I will take a quick bio break.
Sure.
right, I'm back. We want to create a new file, client.env. Cool to optimize the front-end component design as complete as start implementing the template system. All right.
That's a lot of coding. So what if you switch to Horizon Alpha? Like if you switch to the Horizon Beta model, we could also see what's going on.
Uh, how do I do that? I
Right now you
think.
can because it's creating the file.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Once this request is done, then we can.
I think now you can.
No, it
Or now you
immediately
can.
started the next one. So I will have to wait for this task to finish. I'm reading that Archie's post is complicated though.
It is.
Did we select a more complicated application than we had to?
Kind of, yes, given how restricted we have as the model.
Hmm. Learn temporal system. Okay. Okay, now I can change after this. Okay, do you want me to change?
Yes, why not? Let's see.
So I change add intelligent suggestion functionality based on the programming terminology. All right, let's go. Where will we see the change?
I guess right now. See, it's faster. It's much faster, and you can see. Yeah, it's much faster.
Hmm. Router suggestions. See how big application it is. I used I always think that how people make this 1 hour or 5 hour videos, I guess this is how they do it.
I think. I mean, they get edited also, right? You edit a lot of stuff. What happened?
No, I'm just reading this bad comment from someone. He's he's complaining that how if a girl posts something, everybody comments and like, and nobody does it for his post. Okay, so let's see. Implemented the full stack application generals in the React. This covering this deliverable implemented project structure, data model, API route, front end requirements, run instruction, install dependencies. Okay, server client. Okay, apply auth middleware. Okay, so it's not gonna run it. Do we have to run all this?
Yeah, yeah, you can ask it to run as well. Like, do the, you can ask it to like do all this. You need to just set up the env that is there. So if you do command p and click on .env, you would see there is an env file, right?
There's nothing on this one, which is client, and then there is a server version of it. Okay, so I will have to type uh, the MongoDB URL and the secret. Okay, so MongoDB URL advanced password cluster service configuration organization key or project key. Um, okay, how to find login cluster connect. Login cluster connect. Okay. Use your connection method. Connect your application. Connect your application. Yes. Okay.
I'm just gonna reply to one email that I got.
And I will hide my screen just for a second.
Oh, I did not know this. This is interesting.
What?
So, RooCode has a remote agent that runs on GitHub. So whenever you like post any issue, right? If you like
Mhm.
write any issue, what would happen is that it would, the remote, you can actually go serve there. Like if you want to open root GitHub,
Okay,
if you want to show
one
that.
second. Let me
Yeah,
quickly copy the keys.
sure.
So I got the URI, but I still not able to find the JW token. Password, replace password with the password for the node. Mm, Connect will be provided the string connection string which is MongoDB URI. Self-host to finally JW token. Okay, so first of all, I need to go here, password, app name, event, name, Notion, DB password. Okay,
What happened?
How do I find it?
Find what?
JW token.
You generate the JW token, and that is done when, like, you have the API. So I don't know what's going on because I cannot see your screen.
Phew, we should have selected. We should have just selected database. Organization ID created on access management integration. Okay, I'm going to explore how to find my code DP. Go to cluster, check database access system role or go to cluster, check database access. So go to a cluster and there and then choose cluster and check database access configuration yes and go to cluster check config application connect to database system cluster connect and cluster connect database driver driver is maintenance install and then this is the start date server update it is not
I do not hear you, sir.
oh sorry
I do not hear you what you are doing. So
I am just trying to find the key JWT key and I am feeling lost. Database
sir,
configuration.
JW key is basically created by the APIs, but I don't know because I cannot see your screen, so I cannot see what's going on. So JW key is not a problem. You can, like, always
Mhm.
change the,
Okay.
you can change the
RooCode
uh what's it called? You can change the decryption key and you would get a different key depending on the type of JWT token you are creating. Yeah. So it's created new every time.
Okay, then I will.
I guess it's time because it's 2:30. It's been 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I guess we have pretty much covered all the things. I think it was too complex a task that we did, but hey, created some of the files and it like showed you what could be done, right? So,
Agree. Agree. I think we can stop at this point, right?
yep,
Okay. So I will ignore that. We will wrap everything.
yep,
So let's. Are you able to see my screen? Okay. So I added
yes.
the value to the environment key, and then I just ran the command. This is here. Oops. How do I go to the previous chat history? And then, yep. Okay, so I will do one more thing here. So I've already done that. I will do this in the next another window. That and then empty install some seed default template CD server. Okay, that done, and then start development from project root npm dev. This will run 500 and client on this. Oh, client, and then it didn't work because we was
There's
already,
nothing called as client.
yeah, we was already in client, I think.
Oh, okay.
7 packages and then run dev. So here's the dev running, and then going back here, this is connection error. That's fine. So the problem here is the database, which is fine. Yeah, we can work on that. Here's what we have done. Let's summarize it.
Yes.
And I will go to my browser to begin with.
Use Comet. Comet is cool.
One quick second. So let's quickly summarize what we have done today. So we started this stream talking about Slime. Then we go to RooCode. We had a big discussion about what it does, how it does it. Then we went to the documentation and install. Then we talk a lot about the open router. We went into
Right.
models. We went into some of the other areas. So with each model, it comes with app. So we talk about
Someone's at the front door.
we talk about all that, and after that, we came back. Um, we came back in Visual Studio. The very first thing that we did is, huh? Okay, one quick second. Then we installed RooCode, enabled it, and then we went to here. Um, Pratyush, I have to quickly check my door. Give me one quick
Yeah,
second.
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And after that, we explain everything around the different modes. We created some models here, I mean, configured some models here, and then finally we configured this.
Right.
And after that, we started with a very simple prompt, which is, and then use the enhance function to, and then to make it even better. And then we run it, and then it kept running for a long time. The best part was it created a list of to do to go through, implement everything that we were asking, created a to do, and then with each session, it was doing more and more. So at the final stage, it finished every task. So like this, so as it was finishing different tasks, it was marking that as done, and then highlighting what's the next task is here. And then here you will see all the tasks. Most of the task was done, and then finally it created a summary. Now we
Right.
were not able to run it because we didn't define Superbase. We defined it picked MongoDB, and the configuration of MongoDB was slightly tougher for me. I have never used it. So that's the only step that is left to define my MongoDB credential and everything, and then it will run. But it has built the entire application.
And how much did we spend? I guess just 11 cents.
We
That too
spent
because you were
11
using it.
cent because initially I was using my default key, which is Anthropic, and then when we switched to Quinn 3 coding and others, there was no cost.
Right, right.
So the whole purpose of this is you can create your own cursor type environment with this configuration. And if you take time, go through this and start and try to use it. If you get stuck at any point, you can reach out to me or Pratyush. We both are on X, and we will be able to answer the question and help you out.
Exactly. Anytime. Anytime.
So it went longer than we originally anticipated. So, but how do you think? How do you like the session, Pratyush?
I guess it was fun because we basically set up the whole, infrastructure for RooCode, and now we can we can move to further different tasks. We can tell people about how we integrated. In
Yeah.
the future course of actions, we can integrate MCP servers, and we can make this totally about how we are creating something cool, something that we just wanted to code and do prompt engineering, experiment with various models, find bugs, file them on GitHub, and So I think it's a win-win situation. I'm happy because we found a bug that was filed and that was also fixed while we were, here. So
They already fixed
uh,
it. They already
yeah,
fixed it.
so yeah, so there's this thing. If you want, you can go to RooCode.co. You can go to RooCode's GitHub if you want to check. If you go to RooCode.com, sorry, GitHub.com.
Okay. I will
And
share my screen and then I will do it live.
yeah,
They do
so
have
if
a
you
GitHub hyperlink right here.
so if you go to issues,
Issues
it's 6630. Yeah, the third one from top.
here.
That's mine. That's what I fixed. That's what I posted, right?
Hmm.
So that is what I posted. So you can go down and you can see that there was a bug. And what I meant was that it should show that in a pane, but it's not. Instead it's showing it the raw text in the XML tags.
Hmm.
So there is this remote bot that they have built. It takes care of all these things. So it also does the coding for you. So it created that, and then 42 minutes later, you can see that it has built all of this. So
Really?
it has been fixed. So there's a PR open for that.
What? So this guy fixed it.
Yep,
Not a human, but this remote.
right. And
And
the good
then
thing is you can install it. Like you can install this. That root mode is basically offered. So if you like click on root mode, you can even install it for your you know for your repositories.
Oh my God, this is this. What the heck? I will go there. I will go there. But just I'm just amazed. So let's summarize it. Pratyush opened a bug while we were coding, or during the live stream. Pratyush found some issue. He filed the bug. RooCode has remote. He understood the issue. He fixed the issue. He or she, whatever it is. Oh wow, amazing! And now you're saying we can go here and install where?
Like that would be installed, and you can use it as part of your GitHub workflows if you wanted to. But if you like click on the the PR that is created, which is 6634, you can see the complete PR that was created. That's really cool.
Okay, so
Oh, that's RooCode Cloud.
no idea how many time I've done whatever I've done, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So like if you now click on 6634 from the GitHub link, you will see the complete PR.
And
And
then
it has
we
like
can
also, yeah.
download that. Okay.
So that's yeah, so that's your RooCode cloud, Roo Cloud, as they say.
Okay. Here.
Yeah. So you can see like it created a solution, then it also reviewed it by all by itself. Oh no, it was reviewed by another bot called Ellipsis Dev.
Uh, So that this another this second person is also a bot.
Yeah, the Ellipsis Dev is also a bot.
Who is Alexis? This person? Who is this person?
N- No, that's Anis Rudolph. So that's the community manager. Great guy.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, you can go to 6634, the PR that you just opened. If you go to the PR, if you go down, if you scroll down a little, right? Scroll down a little. Yeah, that's it. Ellipsis Dev. That's a code review bot, and it answers back. Like it says, I wrote XML parsing code when XML matcher was right there. Peak efficiency. It has got cheeky comments.
Consider refactoring. Followed the code review rule. Pratyush, what is this? This is high tech.
This is what I call welcome to the end of software engineering for humans.
Well, there's so many people talking about end of what, right? This.
This is exactly the same thing that we were talking about.
Ah,
Oh my god.
all right. So the big question is, do anybody actually have to go through the live stream and recording that we have done, understand and implement all that, because none of that is needed, because these bots are doing all the work.
I mean, you just need to configure it, but it gets the job done. And I'm looking at the code. It's a fairly okay code. It's not bad.
Yeah. Well, it
It's
was fun.
documented.
It's really fun. This was really good. I learned a lot. You shown me RooCode months ago, but I did not know about all these configuration. Um, so I don't know how many people will watch and learn, but I know it helped me.
No, that's what I do, right? I'm a huge RooCode guy, and you can like literally see. I've opened my like RooCode RooCode account, and I can see a lot of actions. Like I can
Mhm.
see a lot of repos which have been marked as incomplete or in progress. So I have almost what I've reached 80 million tokens at one point of time. I can understand when
So,
that has
Pratish,
happened.
for your primary work, meaning the work that you do for your employers or contractors, um, do you use RooCode as your primary tool?
I actually use RooCode with the client and Claude Code.
Okay.
So it depends, right? What kind of models do I want to use? And if I want like much more control, I would go to RooCode. If I want to like do all the things with the Claude, I would go to Claude Code.
Hmm.
And client is basically in the middle. That if I want to like do some uh, if I want to like do some strict editing, like I want to do strict coding, because sometimes what happens is that models fail to use the tools that are there in RooCode.
Right.
There's no shame
Right.
in like saying that. And client is much more stable in that sense. So what I do is that I shift to client,
Okay.
but then I use RooCode primarily for all the tasks that I have. I have not used cursor in like months.
Yeah, I canceled my subscription, I think, in March, and since then I did not use it.
And the thing is that you can use like Claude Code as a provider in RooCode as well. So you can like use, if you have Claude Code, you can use if you have like a subscription. Let's say you have a $20 subscription, right? And you
Yeah,
want to use
Cloud Pro.
yeah, you have Claude Pro, and that is like for Claude Code. You can technically use Claude Code. You can use the Claude Code subscription with RooCode as well, and so you would be able to use the models via Claude Code. So in this case, your router would be Claude Code, and you can use the models. And again, you would be again within that limitation and
How do you
everything.
do
But
that?
hey,
How do you do that?
it's simple. You go to RooCode and you in the configuration profile, right?
Are you sharing your screen?
I'm not sharing my screen, but it's pretty easy. It's not that difficult. Cloud Code was support was added in client, and
Okay, so wait. If I go here, then this is where I have to go.
yeah,
And then,
I'm looking because I don't have to use it that way. I
oh,
have
Cloud
Anthropic
Code.
keys.
Here, here, here.
Yeah, yeah. So you
So,
give it the path.
um, what is it? Default to clothes if not set. Okay. Yeah, yeah, fine, 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 fine. And then I can go to the documentation and understand what exactly it is. I think for the first time it might authenticate me and then it will work. Like how it does because I have configured uh Claude code in my machine, so I think that's how it will work.
Yeah, so it would just use your
Mm.
limitations that you have in the model, like the limits that you have set, right? To use that, it would honor that, obviously, but it would use it with the prompts and everything that you have set up on RooCode. You can do this on client as well, and I guess that's a good thing, because for $20 you are getting all that stuff that you need, and it's great, right? It's much better
Mm.
than using an
Yeah,
Anthropic API key. So yeah, I mean, win-win. For
win-win.
me, it's not a problem because I have keys from the company, so I just use that. And yeah, I basically, if I have to, like, I just use Open Router. I use Open Router a lot. My day-to-day job involves going to openrouter.com several times a day just to check what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So before we finish, how did you like it? This stream?
I said I liked it. I said right. It
Overall.
was
Okay. All right. Once again, thanks a lot. You will have to keep the window open because I think it's 99% upload. I will stop the streaming and then we will finish.
wait, where's my window?